We have some really, really funny folks. Are you guys ready for your first comic? Oh, that was kind of pitiful. I said, are you ready for your first comic? That's kind of like a rock star. Our first comic tonight, we added him to the bill just kind of at the last minute. I did a show with Bone Hampton a couple of 3 weeks ago, and he was there hosting, and he came out and did a few minutes. I had never met him before, and he rocked that house. They loved him, and he was hilarious. And I said, I'll kick my time off. You have to come. He's that funny. He's played at the Potter's House several times. He's a local area comic, and we're going to do a little bit of touring together. He's very, very funny. Make him feel welcome to our stage. Make some noise for David Golden.
Y'all give Susan another hand and the Bigfoot people that put this on tonight. I'm glad to be here to be a part of this tonight. You know, when I was brought up in church, I was raised in church, you know, and a lot of us, how many were raised in church? Just by a show of hands, you know, where everything was a sin. I mean, can you relate with me? I feel right at home from your laughter right there, because everything we did was a sin, you know. But the funniest things that happened at church. How many know that? See, I didn't go to your what would I say? Your quiet churches. I went to a very loud and clamorous church, and certain things just caught my attention during the service, you know. Like, we had deacons that would pray for about an hour and a half to 2 hours before service started. I mean, and they would do things to draw attention to certain things that you did not want to know. Like our deacons, we sung everything we did. Prayers, songs, everything was sung. And we said, hi, hello, how are you doing, brother? Everything was sung. So prayers, like I said, was sung. So the deacon would get in a position that was very uncomfortable to me if I was in your position. Tell me how you feel about the deacon praying early in the morning with his behind short in the front of the church, rocking like as if he's about to take off on the 40-yard dash. I just want to thank the Lord this evening. You just don't know it. You like looking like, please point that thing away from me. And I know he's going to move in here this morning. And when he get up, he have the first pair of thong pants on. I mean, his underwear is so far in his behind. You like, I've never seen thong pants before. Thong pants? It's in. Stuff to just throw you off. You don't feel holy when you thought that, did you? Like, it make you wonder, am I still going to go to heaven because I was laughing at that? But I just was a weird kid like that. You know, I mean, different things just, you know, growing up in what people call, quote unquote, the black or urban church. You know, people go through different things and, you know, in different sectors. You know, if you don't have a lot of money, you know, like she told you tonight, I got in an accident, you know. And people most of the time say, you know, when you get in trouble, what's the first thing you say? Jesus, right? I didn't say that when it came, you know. I saw the car coming, I was like, whoa! That was all that could come out, you know. I mean, I love the Lord too, you know, but I just didn't think to say him right then. Maybe I wouldn't have hit the car then. You know, but different, you know, it was just, I had a very weird upbringing like that. Like I said, different things happen. And the reason I come to do comedy here is because I want to bridge some gaps between those myths, you know, as if trouble only hits certain kinds of people. How many know trouble comes to everyone's house? Amen. Everybody got somebody crazy in their family. You know, you know what I mean? I mean, somebody that you go, why are you doing that? And only God can unravel these things, and it doesn't matter if you're black, white, brown, polka dot. I've never met a polka dot person, by the way, but people always say that to make everybody feel comfortable, you know. Because imagine what you would think if somebody polka dot walked in like, so you're applying for the job, and what ethnicity should you circle? And they just draw a line down all of them like that. Weird things like that. But this accident tripped me out, you know, because we're Christians, you know, we're supposed to be reserved, am I right? We're always supposed to have, you know, the Lord at all times, you know, whatever we do. And we can't just get out of the car, like you're doing, like, what the heck are you doing, man? So I got out of the car, and you know how you cuss people out when you're a Christian, right? You can't cuss them, so you have to do it real spiritual. And you walk up to him, you're like, Satan, the Lord rebuke you. I come against you with the armies of God. Be gone. Because you can't say what you're really thinking, you know what I mean? That wouldn't be a Christian thing to do. But doing comedy is something that, like I said, I want to bridge the gaps between these churches because we all have trouble, as I said before. And we all have crazy family, as I said before, I've gone through things in my life before. I started, she told you I worked at the Potter's House. Everybody give Bishop Jakes just a hand. He's just an awesome man of God. And I would just see so many things at that church that just made me, it messed with that funny side of me, because Bishop Jakes told us one time, he said, my dad was sick when I was young and I never learned how to ride a bike. And I was like, wow, that's sad. Oh, but I'm thinking he's a pretty big guy. He need a pretty big bike, if he decided to do it now, So he was like, well, I just think it's stupid now. I'm a grown man, and I don't want to, learn how to ride a bike. Who cares? I'm a preacher now. So what? I was like, yeah. But I'm walking through his house one day, y'all. And I'm walking around, I'm security. And I look over in his garage, and I see a bunch of stuff piled up with this big beach tire sticking out the back. And I'm going, wow, is that a bike? So I go over and investigate. I look around, because when you're about to do something that you're not supposed to do or you're being nosy, you always want to check and make sure nobody's watching you do it. But I knew I was about to discover something, so I walked over to Bishop Jakes' corner, and I'm tipping by now. I don't know why, but I'm tipping by now. I tip up on this bike and move these covers back, and it's a big, bad beach cruiser. And I go, wow, that's a bad bike. But the next thing tripped me out. As I looked all the way to the end, on the back tire, he had great big training wheels on this bicycle. And I thought, because I didn't want to laugh, because I figured the Spirit of God is waiting around watching. He want to kill anybody that says anything funny about Bishop Jakes. So I didn't want to die in his house, and laughing at it. But I knew it was his bicycle because it had you ever seen a bike with the big booty part on it, It's not like a thong seat. It's one of the big bucket seats, the ones you can sit in and every time you sit on it, it's a horn or something. But all I could imagine was Bishop Jakes on the bicycle, because he, you see him in a very charismatic form, fashion, right? He's always, very, and God said, you're like, wonderful. I feel that, bro. But I saw him on the bike preaching the song, if I had about 5 more minutes. Just imagining people in positions like that just throws me off.